What's up, everybody? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Megan, and today we're just gonna be doing a story time get ready with me. I need to keep uploading content. I have a few fun stories, and today is just one of those that you're gonna get. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Today I'm gonna be doing an escape room with my job. We do like one event every month, I guess. Well, yeah, it literally is one event every month. But so that's what we're getting ready for today. I'm wearing a red and black shirt, and that's probably kind of what I'm gonna base my makeup off today. It's gonna not be like too totally out there. Probably will end up being totally out there, but we'll find out, I guess, because I still don't know what I'm gonna do. So today I'm gonna be telling you about the time that I got hit by an 18-wheeler. Sounds crazy, I know. Let's find out if it's really that crazy. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on this video, and share it on your social media. Also, turn on the notifications for my video if you'd like. I really hope you'd like to, but you probably don't like me that much. It's okay, we'll get there. Okay, first let's start by let's start with foundation. Again, I'm using the 112 Maybelline Fit Me. It's what I'm gonna continue to keep using until I buy more, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. Anyways, so to start this whole story, I was going to see a Machine Gun Kelly concert. I think it was like 2016, and it was the Alpha Omega tour. I had like just started seeing him live. I think I had been to like 3 or 4 shows before that, but they were all within the span of like a month. So anyways, that doesn't really matter. I was going to see Machine Gun Kelly. Like, I have a lot of Machine Gun Kelly stories. Like, some are really, really good, some really, really bad. And not like pertaining to him, like hanging out with him or anything. That's only happened like a very short amount of times. But a very small amount of times, a short amount of time is like time span, not how many times it's happened. Anyways. Anyways, I have some really, really good stories and some really, really bad stories. Going to see him, situations that happened while we saw him. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. This is one of the really bad ones. So, me and a couple friends wanted to go to Denver to see him. And these friends that I was going to see him with, I mean, like, we had hung out like a total of like 2 or 3 times, and all of them were at shows with him, like never outside of shows. So it's like we really just didn't know each other, and we went through a pretty traumatic experience this night with like people that we really didn't know. It's just like, hey, we see the live performer together all the time, like I always see you at these shows, so let's just go together one day. And that's what we did. And like, this was gonna be my first time going to Denver. I was so excited because obviously I'm a pothead. Like, everybody knows that. I just hit a blunt like 2 seconds ago. Okay, now we're moving on to concealer, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline 24-hour whatever that I use every time. It's not like anything's changed. In shade 102, like always. So, before I had like actually left, like 2 days before the show, I was like dead broke. I was like, wow, am I even gonna make it to Denver? Like, I had no clue what I was gonna do, but I worked at the strip club at the time, and that's a story for a different day. We'll get into that a different day. I'd worked at the strip club. I had come in at like, I think the strip clubs in San Antonio opened at like 11, so I had gone in at 11 and like worked all day long until 2 a.m. And I don't know if it was just like a really slow day, or I'm just not that good at being a stripper. But obviously it's not my thing, because I walked out with like $700. I was like, fuck. But it was enough to get me to Denver and have a good time. And I think I was working like a day job. I don't remember much from that time because I wasn't that sober of a person. But I think I worked early and I didn't leave till like 5 to pick up said friends. And if you didn't know, from my hometown, it is 14 hours from Denver, and the show was the next day. And don't know if you know this or not, but like people that go to Machine Gun Kelly shows, a lot of people want to be front row, so a lot of people get there by like 5 a.m. I got my first friend I picked up from Austin, and I got there to pick her up at like 7 p.m. and then we had to go all the way to Waco to pick up another friend. It's like another hour and a half out. It's like heading in the same direction as Denver, so it's okay, but like it was still a lot of driving. So obviously we're gonna drive through the night, which was totally okay with me. Like, I love to drive. Driving is my thing. Okay, we are all concealed up. I haven't done concealer in a long time, so I feel like my face looks really, really good right now. But now we're going to bake / powder. We have finally made it on this trip. We have 2 other friends on the way, but they left from Dallas like around the same time that I left my hometown. So they were like 3 hours ahead of me. And everybody is asleep in the car. I'm like blasting music and smoking mad amount of blunts just because, like, yeah, weed sometimes puts you to sleep, but like when you're sitting there driving through the night and it's like 3 a.m. and you're like, fuck, I have to do something to keep me awake. Smoking a blunt was the thing to keep me awake, the thing that I could do. And anyways, so my homegirl's like 3 or 4 hours ahead of me, or 2 to 3 hours ahead of me, and we're taking the exact same route. And she uses Waze because apparently it tells you when cops are there, but I found out it only tells you like somebody passed the cop at this point, so they marked it. So it's only if they mark it and if the cop is still there that it is relevant. And it's like 10 hours into this drive. I am like no sleep, face out the window like a freaking dog trying to keep myself awake. I think I did it like 4 times. I didn't fall asleep I didn't fall asleep. I wasn't like so tired to where sometimes like I'll be driving and I'll just be like falling asleep while I'm driving, like you should really pull over. It wasn't really like that, but like I was really, really tired. There was a few times that I had to stick my face out the window, and like I barely knew the girls that were with me at the time, so I was like, I'm not just gonna let you like drive my car. It's not gonna happen. So I was like, wow, this 14-hour drive it's gonna be something. Wow, your face looks like really weird in good lighting whenever you have bronzer and you're still baking. Okay, now it's time to knock out the eyebrows real quick. Again, I just use like a brown eyeshadow for my eyebrows. But anyways, so at this point, I'm like 13 hours into the drive. We're an hour outside of Denver. And there is like no civilization in either direction for 40 miles. You can't see the hand in front of you. It was January, but like until you hit that Colorado line, there's not gonna be snow or anything. So like I was hauling ass. I was like, I need to get out of this car. Been driving for 13 hours. I'm exhausted. So at this point I had caught up to my homegirl that started out 2 hours ahead of me. She was like 10 minutes in front of me at this point. And it had gotten so foggy, I was like, okay, anyways. It had gotten so foggy that I was like, okay, maybe we should slow down and go the speed limit. And that's what we were doing. So like the one time, I swear, the only times that I get into car accidents is whenever I'm like let's chill, let's go to the speed limit. And like, obviously that's not the thing to do. I'm kidding, don't ever take driving lessons from me. I drive a lot, but I never said I was amazing. Anyways, like to this day, I really don't even know what happened. That's not good. Like to this day, like still, it was such a, I swear, dude, it was a freak accident. I don't know what happened. Just like the 18-wheeler he was like right here and I was right here. And he just, I guess, hit ice and so did I, and we just, and like whenever he hit me, it like sent me. Okay, yeah, it sent me. We go through this fence, which, I don't know if you've ever seen Final Destination, but after seeing that, fences like aren't really your thing. Cause like with that guy that got his body like slit through the fence. Okay, that's probably not something that we should talk about in this video, but so we're going through the fence and it scares the shit out of me and we bust through it. And then there's like this ravine or whatever it's called. It was just a giant ditch that like we're in this big field, the cars just go and I have no control over it. It's just, and it goes, and I shit you not, dude, this ditch was deeper than my car and longer than my car. And we boom, pop in and pop right back out. And I was like, oh my God. Anyways, so finally the car stops after I don't know how long. Amazingly, none of us are hurt, like whatsoever. So we all get out of the car after it stops spinning and doing whatever fucking wrecked cars do. I get out, I call my mom, let her know I just got in a wreck. She's like, first thing you need to do is get back to the road. So I went back to the road. So I get back to the road and I'm like, wow, my car is driving. The whole front of it is like destroyed. So I just like ripped the bumper off and I was like, I'm still going to this concert. And I call my best friend and she's like, well, we're only like 4 minutes ahead of you. So just drive your car, see how it goes. I drive like a mile and of course it shuts down. There's no going back. They end up picking us up. There's like 5 of us cramped in her tiny little Ford Focus. And we drive to Denver. And whenever I had called my mom, she was like, I'll take care of everything. Just go to the show, blah, blah, blah. So the police call me. And it starts with this girl and she's like, yeah, where are you? Like, it's illegal to leave the scene of an accident. I was like, I'll tell you where I am tomorrow, but I kind of have stuff to do and I'm not even in the county anymore. And so the girl gets so mad at me. She's like, whatever, I'm just gonna have the sheriff call you. And has the sheriff call me. And the sheriff was like so cool. He's like, you know, it's like, I understand why you left. It was negative, like 14 degrees. There was no civilization in sight. It was a dangerous part. Like, everything about this situation was dangerous. So he was like totally cool. He was like, just come sign your car away to, like, your car's totaled, come sign it away and you'll be on your way. Like, you're fine. Glad you're okay. And so we get to Denver, make it to the show. Show was freaking amazing. My mom ends up driving like 14 hours, same as us, to come get us because like all of us aren't gonna fit into that tiny little cramped car for 14 hours. Like, we'll die. Wow, my lip is sweating. Like, we'll die. So anyways, we make it to the show. We get there like by like 1 p.m. Machine Gun Kelly's fan base is like really close, so everybody had already known that we had gotten into an accident. I kind of like the way that looks, so I might keep it. So everybody like let us stay up front with them, like, yeah, dude, we get it. You kind of got screwed. You got into a wreck. You still need to be front row for the show. So awesome, yeah. Go to the dispensary, get some fire weed. All in all, it was a great experience after. Well, I just looked up and saw black eyeshadow all over my face because, yeah, so pretty much all of my palettes are broken and it's kind of ridiculous. So the next day we all leave. 2 of my friends leave with two of my friends leave with my friend Alyssa, and then my mom and her, I left with my mom and her friend who had drove to come and get me. And we get like 5 hours through this drive, and we stop at this store to get like gas and drinks. And oh, by the way, from sitting outside the venue, I had already like kind of left sick because a few nights before the show was supposed to happen, I went to the strip club and got like absolutely drunk with my old best friend and slept outside because the hangover was just too real. We stop at this store and I'm like sleep. I mean like deep sleep, feeling terrible. And I hear people talking right outside the truck, and I open my eyes and it's my two friends that had rode back with Alyssa. And I was like, am I dreaming right now? Like, what is going on? And Alyssa's car had broken down, and I mean, we were in the middle of like rinky-dink town in Texas. No clue what the name was or anything like that. And we just saw each other there, and Alyssa and her brother had gotten a hotel room, and so the other two girls hopped in the truck with us, and we were all like cramped, and I was sick. Like, I remember my mom asking one of the girls, she was like, hey Whitney, will you reach back there and see if Megan has a fever? And like, I was sleeping like upside down, like my head in the seat and my feet on the chair in front of me. And she was like, well, I mean, I don't have to like touch her. Like, she has a fever, I can feel it. And we're like trying to make it through this drive back home. It's been an exhausting weekend, and my mom is like exhausted. She's been driving this whole time. So she asked her friend who owns the truck, she was like, hey, can you drive for a little bit? You guys, we get like 5 minutes, I swear, like 5 minutes into this drive, and she's just like pulling off the road, and pulling off the road, like can't stay in lanes to save her life. And I'm like, I asked my mom, like, is she sober? She's like, yeah, she's on parole, she has to be sober. So what is my life? Anyways, like 5 minutes gets by of her driving, and my mom's like, all right, pull over. I will literally die driving before I let you drive. And so we finally make it to drop my friends off. And then after we drop my friends off, there's still a 2-hour drive home. So I have to drive for some of that time, and dude, like, I was sick. Like, I could barely keep my eyes open. My fever was absolutely ridiculous. I felt like dying was a better option than what I was going through at the time. The only worst experience I've had was a kidney infection. God, I was so sick. And ooh, wow, yeah, so we're gonna tone that down a little bit. That was really pink. So I drive for a little bit of time before my mom can wake up, and then we finally make it home. And like, I didn't think I ever wanted to go to Denver again. I was like, that experience was just so terrible. I don't want to try it again. Like, wow. I was just so flabbergasted about losing my car. That, by the way, that car I had literally bought to drive like 5 hours to go see Machine Gun Kelly, because the car that I was driving at the time, like, transmission was out, so I was having to like switch gears in a manual car. I was like having to drive an automatic car manually. So, moral of the story, I will always make it to a live concert. I love them so much. And that was my video, you guys. Makeup is ready. I'm not even leaving my house for another like hour and a half, 2 hours. So in the midst of that, in the meantime, I will just be putting my pants on, because that's all I need to do. That's the makeup look. Hope to see y'all soon.